Hello, toy friends. Welcome back. I'm Will. This is the 1A team, where a crusty old guy talks about his favorite scale action figures, and all you awesome people hang out with me. It feels great to be back. Holy shit, this is awesome. Um, and it wouldn't be awesome without my buddy Jim Largo. Jim, how's it going, buddy?
Well, hello there.
Hey. Well, we've got a lively chat today, so thank you everyone for tuning in. First up, we've got Mr. Jim Largo, and then Bjorn with a howdy, and then a Largo with a howdy, and then a Scotty with a Ultraman Blokey, and 118 fans assemble. That's right, guys, we're back, and I gotta say, it feels good. I gotta do this more often. It's just
Indeed.
Bjorn. It's great. It's another sunny Sunday, and Mr. World Made of Cardboard. How's it going, pal? Ian Sweeney in the house. How's it going, man? Me too, man. I needed this. Let's see. Gojitron with the peepers. Greetings.
Nice.
Day off work. Oh, greetings from
bonus.
work. Day off tomorrow. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll keep it on the down low, I'll let you know. And Bjorn's still just asking everyone how's it going. You must have been in here a while. Scotty, 112 scale. What? Get out of here. No, I'm kidding. It's all right. You just talk about what you like. Oh, screw yard work. I think that's the worst type of work there is. Cutting grass to me is probably one of the most boring things I think you could.
It is a thankless job.
People have invented. Ugh, it's just the worst. But yeah, we've got
Just do cement. Just cement the whole thing, paint it green, call it good.
Holy crap, Epic Berger has emerged from his burrow to listen to me and Largo. Oh, wow. Well, thank you, man. I hope everything's going great. Miss you, buddy.
Did the badger see his shadow? Will there be more winter? No, that's somebody else.
And then we've got some greetings and crosstalk and fun little banter going on here.
Gang is coming together.
Jeff Morris, hello
Jeff.
all, and happy Sunday. And Wraith Mace, what's up, brother?
Nice.
How you doing? Let's see. Anyone else that I didn't talk to? Oh, Outer Multiverse. Brian, what's happening, man? All right. And yeah. Cool. Sand. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I would like to live in a forest where it's just like kind of the woods, and my house is just in there, like a little cabin in the woods. Be perfect.
You want an Ewok village? Is that what you want?
Yeah, definitely. I would love that. And Frontline, what's up, buddy? Been a long time. Yeah, it's been a long time since we've been live, so you're right on time, brother. But yeah, Frontline's been doing some great stuff over in the Spin Master group too.
Sweet.
I'm really enjoying that. But yeah, well, guys, we have a show. It's not the best show, but it is the best show. I'm sorry. Yeah. So one of the things we're going to talk about today is kind of old news to some of you guys, but apparently they announced the O-Ring 4-pack of the original OG Ghostbusters. And, everyone's had their take. I'm sure you guys have watched tons of videos on it. I haven't. I've seen the thumbnails, though, so I've seen this photo floating around quite a bit. But you know what? This is our take on it. This is the 1A team take on it. So this is the one that really matters.
My only caveat, and it's just something about Ghostbusters lines. We need a Janine and a Firehouse.
True.
She's part of the team.
Oh, for sure. I wish they would do that. Mr. Rolando Flores.
Hey,
Rolando. How's it going? And thanks to him, I picked up a Wookiee. What's his name? I don't even know. But he was like that $30 Wookiee from Target that they clearanced down to $8.
Oh, the bounty hunter guy?
Yeah. Whatever his name
Something
is.
like
I don't
that.
know. Yeah. What's up, G-Force? How's it going, buddy?
We need to get G-Force back on the Infinite. He's got a playlist. I need to remind me later. I need to make that happen.
Will do. So yeah. Whoa. Great announcement. Totally out of nowhere. Totally odd, but right up my alley. I love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bjorn trying to spell out Black Chrysantan. Listen, his name is Chrysantan. Okay.
Right. He's a prom corsage. Anyway. Yeah, I got the, being a 112 guy, I got the Plasma series. I was pleasantly surprised with those, but they never gave us an Ecto 1. It sucked. This time they corrected it.
Which is odd because I was just like in Target one day, and I see two 1/18 scale Ecto ones on the shelf. This is back when Afterlife came out.
Oh, okay.
I snatch one up, and then I'm thinking, this is great. It's a 1/18 scale Ecto one. Perfect. Where are the figs? Never showed up. They had
Mm,
the figs. Cool
yeah.
figures. I mean, but it just didn't make sense. They put this work into it, and that's what I'm going to show you guys in a second. Is because I know they also announced a 1/18 scale Ecto one,
Yeah.
which oh Ed, what's happening, buddy? It is the same Ecto one, pretty much, I think, and we'll take a look. So what I did is I've got it sitting right over here. I've got the Ecto one. I've got some stand-in O-ring figures, my stand-in Ghostbusters until these come out, and we'll take a look at it because
Cool.
although they may retool a couple things, I think for the most part it'll be the same vehicle. Let's
There
take
are a couple of iconic Hollywood vehicles that I think really look nice on the shelf. The Ecto one is definitely right up there in at least the top five.
yeah.
Maybe Kit from Knight Rider, the Scooby Doo van. Got to have a Batmobile.
You got to have an A-team van.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, there's so many. There's so many great.
that's
You
true.
know, the great thing.
Somebody has a Blue Thunder that needs some TLC.
That's right. I got it right over there. I'm looking at it right now. So yeah, I think these are, man, they're solid. It's just it was so unexpected. One thing I have to speculate is these had to have been designed back then in 2021 when that other one came out, because why would they put all of that work, sculpting, tooling? There's functions on this Ecto 1 from 2021. The doors open. If they were just going to put out a model that you put on your shelf, yeah, sometimes the doors swing open, but they put a chair that slides out. There's like so many details in it that make it hard for me to
Yeah,
believe that they were
that
planning.
that whole Ghostbusters toy line revival was just odd in the way they put stuff out. They put out stuff from the classic cartoon. They put out, a couple of figures that, it's like the scales were kind of in
Yeah.
different places. It was weird. I don't know what they
So
were
what do you
thinking.
think about the sculpt choices here? I don't know. I'm not too much of an aficionado. So if they didn't put the right jumpsuit on them or didn't look right, I think they look great. Totally
I
serviceable. Totally
I
work
don't
as
remember the belts
Ghostbusters.
being that light color, but as far as the sculpts, they're spot on. The head
Yeah.
sculpts look good. I don't know if
And
these are digital renders or the
these
real
are
deal.
digital renders, and
Are they?
just yeah, Mr. Stevie over on Instagram, he's a Hasbro guy. He posted these because a lot of the pictures that people were showing were from like a photo of the projection screen at the con,
Oh, kind
and
of
there was just
fuzzy.
like this one picture of like a display. So he put these up last week, and he just said, "Here's some clearer pictures. They are digital renders, but you get the idea." I like it. I think that
Yeah.
the head sculpts, I could definitely tell who I'm looking at just by looking at the character, but they don't look too movie accurate. They kind of look more like a middle ground between the animated and the actors themselves. Is that something that you noticed?
Kind of a simplified look. One attention to detail that I noticed they did, Bill Murray's character never bloused his boots in the movie. So that's accurate. He's the only
Yep.
one that always had his pants down like that. So
Yeah, and it would have been much easier for them to just produce it without the extra
yeah,
tooling to do the other boot, I guess.
yeah. So they had to
So
do a different leg piece for him. So I mean, they put
yeah.
some effort into this. I think
And
I like
so
them.
Mr. Stevie was nice enough to post these really nice close-ups so you could see those sculpts a little better. And the name badge with the name posted on there looks pretty good.
Yeah,
So let's take a look. There's Zedmore, Winston Zedmore, looking pretty sharp. Stands. I mean, yeah, it looks good. And then one thing I like too is you get a Bill Murray head. So if you wanted to swap it, if it's an O-ring, you know what I mean. You could do a stripes
yeah,
figure.
that's
You could
true.
you could swap him out and put him in an army uniform, and you got yourself a stripes figure. That'd be cool.
Yeah, well, the cool thing with having O-ring Ghostbusters is I think it's a great crossover with Classic Joe's or your Lennard's guys or some of the other O-rings that are coming out. That could be a fun thing. have them as like the supernatural squad in your army of guys.
True. Let's see what the chat's saying about these guys. I mean, I'm sure everyone talked about it, but you know what? Share your thoughts with me as well, because I've been busy and I haven't been able to stream. Looks like Ian Sweeney saying the DeLorean. Yeah, 1/18 scale DeLorean with some nice figures would be really great. You know, Toy Arc has in-person pictures. Okay, great.
Okay.
And then who is it? Oh, Lord of Thane. How's it going, buddy? How you doing? He got here, so yeah. Ghostbusters. My space station needs a Bill Murray. Yeah, I mean you can't go wrong. And then I heard something. I don't know where I heard it, if it's from an official source or not, but they said that this like set 4 figures for like $40 or something like that, or $50. I don't know.
It's a reasonable price for a set of
Yeah.
4, I think. I don't remember the exact price, but
yeah, because I think these are going to sell out if they are, and they are a Pulse exclusive, and then they did release the date, so that's one of those days where I guess I'm gonna have to because I want to avoid scalpers. I want them, you know what I mean?
I really hate
want
the Pulse exclusives. That whole site's such a pain because they sell out really quick on stuff. It's a pain to get stuff.
Ed, you're right.
It's not a good system.
You could use Egon and Venkman for the 1/18 stripes. That's right.
They were both in stripes.
Yeah, like these Ghostbusters, they're actually reasonably priced. Crazy. If you price something right, people will want it. We're going to talk about that a little later in the show, because it makes sense that comes up. But yeah, definitely Caddyshack, Dangerfield, Murray Chase. That'd be hilarious. 3 POA said 45 for the set. And if that was Hasbro said that during the announcement, I feel like at that price, man, people are going to snatch these up. They might get 2 sets. Especially when you look at like O-ring figures coming in at around $20 to $25 a figure.
Yeah.
Comparably, even the G.I. Joe O-ring reissues that Hasbro did, they sold the 2 packs. It was like Cobra Commander and Duke and Snake Eyes Storm Shadow, and then they had a Cobra Trooper pack. Those were $40 for 2 figures. So, yeah. And you need Elwood Blues. Very cool. That's a good idea.
Blues Brothers in Space. That's a movie I would watch.
Yeah. So, not much out there. Here's the Ecto one they had on display and the packaging, which looks very similar to the one that they had from Afterlife. Was it Afterlife? Yeah, the one that just the one. And then here is the Ecto one, and you'll just pardon me. I'll get this out of here.
Let's blow you up.
Yeah, get big. So they did do a kind of, because this was supposed to be the barn find Ecto one that the kids resurrect. So it's got all this soot all over the hood, and you can see mine is rather black here. Apparently, I do remember this from when they came out. There were several variations because I guess the factory kind of was tuning it in. So some of them are really dark. Some of them have just enough soot to make it look weathered, but not crazy like this. And there was something where you could look on the UPC and tell which one was which. Other people have taken like nail polish remover or maybe some kind of solvent and taken the weathering off, because underneath that is just like that's just sprayed on there. It's kind of tricky. You don't want to, do it too much, or you'll wind up stripping the paint.
Yeah, a light acetone wash will pull that off pretty well.
But it does come off. But it is a really nice 1/18 scale version of the Ecto one, and it is the same mold. Okay, Drew G in the house. What's up, Drew? How's it going? So I noticed in the picture that I was looking at, the Ecto one is like this in the picture, I think, right? And the ladder is on this side, and I could be wrong, but let's pull that picture back up. Let me just see. Yeah, right. The ladder is on the opposite side of this one, which is a minor tweak. Which
that means they probably don't have the gunner's chair on this one, which is accurate because the original Ghostbusters film didn't have that gunner chair thing. So
Okay, so that gunner chair thing is from the kids, but I see
Afterlife,
this
yeah.
door that flips back. It would interact with the ladder, so that seems like an odd
Hmm.
choice. But other than that, let's just take a look because I have some stand-in Ghostbusters here. I threw one up in the gunner's chair, and you could see if I threw a rubber band on there because he kept falling off. But if he was really
Safety
sitting in
first.
the chair, his feet would be like hitting the ground as you were driving.
He'd
And
be
I know
doing a
that,
Flintstones.
yeah, because they put that this gunner's chair has like a scissor kind of thing, and it slides in and rotates back in. So
Hmm.
why would they put that feature on a model if they weren't going to release toys to fit in the feature? Like it didn't make sense to me because I'm like they went through all this trouble
Yeah,
and
they
then
did make some of the Afterlife figures, but I want to say they were like 5 POA. They were kids, so they were shorter figures.
yeah,
Maybe
I don't
that's
think they would work with this. So,
I
so
don't
you
know.
got the gunner's chair, and that fully rotates and it slides back in. And I was able to get like him to go into the vehicle. Like it's not great. It doesn't like work right, but I was able to get him back in. And if I could close this without breaking it. Okay, I'm just going to stop because I'm probably going to break it.
He's probably not very comfortable.
Yeah. So you can see shipwreck over here. On the passenger side, driver fits it, or passenger fits in nicely. So it was definitely crafted for a 1/18 scale figure.
Now
As we
that would
rotate,
be a great photo story opportunity. Have Chuckles and Shipwreck carjack the Ecto One. I want to see somebody make that.
the I was able to get a figure in there, but that steering wheel is huge, so I had to do
Mm.
like a real wide stance and put my finger in from the other side
Whoa,
and stand him up straight. But he did fit in there, so it is a good fit. I don't think you would get a bigger figure in there, like a modern construction or anything like that, which could be the reason they went O-ring. And
that would
then
make sense.
there's not another seat, and this door doesn't open on the other side because there could be another seat there, but there is room in the back. I did see on one of the things that there was a gurney that slides out of the back where you put all their proton packs on. This one just came with the little RC ghost
Right
trap
from the
that they use in the
Afterlife.
movie. Yeah. Oh, that I just dropped. So anyway, you got a lot of really great detail, but looking at this and then looking at the photos, this array on top with all the instruments looks pretty much the same. So they're just retooling a little bit of it. And I believe this was like, I did look it up. I thought it was a Target exclusive. It may not be. The only place I could find it was Amazon, but it was like 95 bucks. Screw that. Don't buy it for 95 bucks. It was about 40 bucks when it came out new.
Well, like Drew G
Maybe,
saying, they're going to tweak it, hopefully to make it more accurate to the first film.
yeah.
But it's a good mold to start with.
Well, yeah,
It's a
I
good
think all
place to
the
start.
the wear and tear paint app and the rust around the doors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
According to Drew, you can get all four of the Ghostbusters in there. They're snug, but they will fit. So
Excellent.
that's
That
cool.
because that is something you'd want to do. But personally, on the shelf, I would probably have one up there on the ladder. Maybe two of them standing outside the doors with their proton packs and they're blasting them.
There it is. MCR nailed it. Ninja Force, Ghostbuster Squad.
That's a guy.
That's a cartoon that needs to
Yeah.
happen.
So I think that's really good. It is a Joe in the gunner's chair. It's a Black Major Joe. That's what that is. That's just it's a Black Major Snake Eyes in there. And I did get that door shut. But the gunner's chair is not great. But it's just crazy because there really was no word on like who worked on the line or who do anything. But they put that chair in there. They put all that stuff in there. Um, it was just odd to me that they built it and then just nothing, no figures, no nothing. They had you could put the big figures next to it. I don't know.
Okay, so the
Uh,
seats should be similar to what they did with the Afterlife version. Okay,
okay, great.
cool.
Uh,
Very cool.
yeah, it could make a nice 1/18 scale hearse. Yeah, if they make enough of them. I only saw these, like I said, maybe like two at a Target. I bought one, and then next time I went, it was gone. So I don't think they made enough of them to where like they set around and went clearance or anything like that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how successful this is. I wish they had not gone the Pulse route. I wish they'd just gone regular big box store because I think
I
people
mean,
will buy it. You know,
I think, yeah, I don't think O-ring is as dead as people say. I mean,
no,
it just seems like every time they put something out, O-ring, if it's good, like people buy it. They
true.
like it. So, and
The GI
vehicles,
Joe and Transformer crossover O rings they've done,
yeah,
those were really nice.
yeah, they were decent. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed the last one, so I'm looking forward to the next one.
Matter
But
of fact, I think Gojitron was saying that the Megatron crossover with that is on deep discount on Amazon if you didn't
that
pick it
was
up.
a limited time deal,
Was
and
it?
I missed it. Yeah, it was down to $39.99, which
Wow.
I think we talked about it before. I would rather have two of them and just keep one in robot form and one in vehicle form
That's
rather
fair.
than go through the process every time
Right.
I want them either way.
I
But
like that sculpt. The Baroness on that one, I didn't like the way they did her glasses. It looked
yeah, the
kind of
glasses were a
goofy,
little funky,
but
but
the
the
Megatron,
Zorana,
his tank is good.
yeah, the Zorana and the Zartan that came with the Thunder Machine looked
Yeah.
good. I thought they looked pretty good. They were pretty nice. So yeah, the Ghostbusters. I think I listen. It's right up my alley. So I'm like wondering. I'm like, who at Hasbro was watching my show and doing
Huh.
this specifically for me? Because why would they do? It doesn't really make sense. But I'm glad they're doing it. It's like.
Yeah,
Uh,
so I'm not up to speed. What is the difference between a fan channel release and a Pulse exclusive? I don't know.
You got me. You got me. Maybe you sign up for the Ghostbusters newsletter. You're, part of the crew. I don't know. I don't know.
Mm, that is true. 74 days till Joe Fest.
Yeah, boy.
It's coming.
Here's some good O-ring news too, and you know, so this on Instagram, Legends of the Hidden Force. They're excited to announce that their figures and accessories are now available for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store. That's pretty cool, guys. So if you
Nice.
missed the oh, okay, fan channel is like Big Bad and EE. Wow,
Got
well
it.
it fits. So yeah, if they just went with something like this is
Okay.
so this is good. So if you missed out on the Kickstarter, Legends of the Hidden Force, you got your ninja. So just great. Congratulations to them. That's a really good thing. It's going to allow them to be able to produce every figure from their Kickstarter. So I think this is
Nice.
every figure, including some of the stretch goals maybe that they didn't make. And so you're getting some exclusives also made because a deal like this allows them to produce everything. So I'm really glad that they got that. So congrats to Legends of the Hidden
Yeah.
Force.
So if you want to reenact the American Ninja movies, these are the figures to get.
Yeah, that's right. Black Star Ninja. Dude, that guy was
Yeah.
bad, man. He was mean mofo.
Mean Mamma Jamma.
Yeah. Let's see. Who's second? I'm number 6. What? Who? What are we
That's
counting
a
off?
sci-fi reference.
Oh, okay. Over my head.
Yeah.
Serious question here, guys. This is the next thing. I need you all to put on your thinking caps. Serious question from Delta 17. Please answer. We need your input. Sculpting on the hind is underway, and we're interested in just how big / long most of you would want this to be. We know that toy real estate can be limited, so we're just testing the water and looking for feedback. We're thinking that the initial length of the hind should be about 3 feet. This would be from nose to tail, not including the rotor blades. The G.I. Joe Tomahawk is 32 inches in length, but that includes some other stuff. I didn't have the whole post there. But we've got the question, 36 or 32? Now, I got to say, I was looking at the comments, and this was a few days ago. I say go with the 36, man. Just go big.
Mhm.
If you're already going 32, what's another 4 inches, man? I mean, that.
Yeah, the real life hind is a huge aircraft, so I think it
Yeah.
makes more sense for it to be bigger than the Tomahawk. definitely.
I think so. So, I don't know. So what do you guys think? So I was looking at let me pull
Yep.
that up,
There you
and
go. Go big or go home. I'm with Scotty on
I
that
think
one.
that's what I commented, let's go ahead and look at the post. So there's a lot of comments, guys. Um, some people saying, "Oh, I'm not sharing that, am I?" Let's go ahead and just let me share that real quick. Okay, can you see that?
Yep.
Okay, some people are saying tomahawk size is perfect. Don't go too big or too small. Okay, I understand. I think someone else said, like Invincible Toys here. I think they said, make sure like the cockpit and the cargo area are suitable for action figures, and then the rest of
You
it maybe if you have to play with some size. That's
Boba Hicks is
um,
being saucy. He's a saucy
Joe
man.
Ricondo, an awesome dude right here. I think he's selling some toys today. I saw that on Instagram earlier. But yeah, they are undersized. They do have to play with the scale. 1/18 scale isn't
Hmm.
an exactly, you know,
Right.
but it looked like,
And
I
like,
guess,
yeah, like
2.5
somebody,
feet.
yeah, somebody had said, as long as the crew cockpit and the troop transport areas are rightly scaled for the 118, you can play with the other dimensions a bit. Doesn't have to be, exact. I think
Yeah.
that's a good way to go.
Let's see what they're saying. So Bjorn saying go big or go home. Okay. Who's on for okay, guys. Okay. Both ends. Is this okay to fit in with the existing Joe copters? That makes sense too, because you got them all there. That was like a thing with some of the what are they Ultimate Soldier vehicles were kind of more
Hmm.
true to 1/18 scale. So if you put like the Ultimate Soldier helicopter next to the the Joe version, it would
Dragonfly
like
or the,
dwarf it,
oh yeah.
and it would be way, but too big. It's difficult to display, sure, but we're talking about 4 inches here. So I'm just saying, if you're already giving up 32 inches of space on your shelf, why can't you just go with a
I
little
don't
more?
know if it would be feasible, but we should talk to Ken and Steve about some sort of a mounting kit, like maybe to put it on the ceiling or hang it off of your wall where it's suspended or something. I don't know. It may be too heavy
Yeah,
for
like a
that.
floating
Definitely
arm
hanging
or
it from the
something
ceiling.
would look
Yeah,
great. You mount it on the wall. It's got like a floating shelf kind of design. That would look
that would
really
be.
neat.
It might be
Yeah,
challenging to engineer, but that would be really cool.
that would be an
Because
awesome feature because
I
that
mean, it looks
probably
cool on.
is
Yeah,
the biggest thing with aircraft is how do you display them?
with the Robo Skull Mark II, they figured out how to do a flight stand, so it's doable. It's
Man,
just it would
that's
take
a big boy.
some engineering.
That's a beast of a
Oh
vehicle.
yeah, it's a hefty boy.
So I don't know. I think it's okay. I think go with the 36. I mean, it would if it makes it look because when they squish things, it kind of proportionately kind of tightens them down.
Yep. Like
And
Bjorn saying, for like my Blackhawk that I got from Click and Play,
mhm,
fishing line and an eye hook, you can make that work.
yeah,
But
yeah,
it'd be nice if it had something, designed
hmm
for, suspending it and flying it up. This is a fun model for the price. Click and Play just knocked it out of the park. So I need to put this one back on the ceiling, but I brought it down to dust it.
yeah. It looks good, and it is a hell of a aircraft. I mean, that
Oh
thing
yeah,
is ridiculous, and it's iconic. So I can't
I've
wait.
always yeah.
Either
That is one
way,
of
I'm
those
sure it's
things
going to be good.
with Joe, the core, any of them. You got to have a troop transport because you got a bunch of troops. You need something to carry them in, whether it be a
Oh,
big
big.
heavy duty helicopter or a land based vehicle. It's all good.
Yeah, big is that's right.
Big.
Uh,
That's right.
yeah. So I think that's great. And then some other great news as far as Delta 17 goes. This is back from March 18th. They had their toys at the fulfillment center in the U.S. and they do apologize for the delay. The store is opening soon, so I did get a chance just this morning to check it out. I got a little preview from I think Ken contacted me, And he
Cool.
just said, "Hey, take a look around. Tell me if you see anything." So I said, "Oh yeah, sure. I'd be happy to." Happy to report that the store looks great. Everything functions well. No problems there, and this could go live any time now. So if you guys are interested and you're looking for your Delta 17 stuff, you've been waiting
Yeah.
patiently. They are
They did hit. Yeah.
offering a discount for 6 or more figures. We'll get you a 10% discount,
Sweet.
and it's going to
Yeah.
be
They
any
ran
day
into
now.
some unforeseen complications with distribution. They've ironed that out now. So they should be rolling out really quick.
Yeah.
And we'll be seeing them live at Joe Fest. So if you want to try before you buy, you can see them at the Joe Fest booth.
Yep. So yeah, looking forward to that. So congrats. I know getting something like this off the ground is not an easy task. There
No.
will be hiccups along the way. And I gotta say, as far as from other situations we've seen where someone's trying to launch something, these issues, although it was a time delay, are not ones that, where like people are just ghosting and disappearing.
Mhm.
They
Well, and
produce
this
these
wasn't a
toys.
production issue either.
No,
The toys are produced.
yeah,
That's all
but
done.
this
QC
wasn't
issues
a
are good to go.
Kickstarter. This wasn't
Right.
them, they're not sitting on everyone else's money.
No.
This is, they just 100% self-funded and launched this product, and they've had a couple of issues. Um, Still, congratulations. It's no small feat. So, like I said, I'm just applauding them for getting it out there. Of course, I did get some of the product that I purchased, directly from them earlier this year, and it's wonderful. I can't wait. I think it's going to be a huge hit, and just anyone out there, delta17.com. I'll put a link in the description. You know, watch their socials because they're going to announce it. And yes, I have seen the Brooder forklift for when at like some of the discount stores. I've
Yeah.
seen that. Yeah, very cool. So looking forward to it. Can't wait. Pay attention to the socials. I'll reshare anything that they post too. So if you guys follow me
All
at
right.
all, I'm gonna announce it. So yeah. So that's I think that's all the O-ring stuff. What else do we got? Well,
Kit Bash.
I did some toy hunting earlier this week. I went around to I've got this really cool shopping center. It is like it's a huge strip mall. And it's got a Burlington, which is like a Ross, a Target, then a Ross, then a TJ Maxx, then a Five Below, all like in one row. So like I had to move. It's huge, you know what I mean. So I had to move my car twice. I usually park between two stores and then just run into both of them, and then run back to my car. And I didn't want to go all the way down to the end, but I did see some cool stuff. I think over on Frugal Figure Finders, they posted this limited time deal. The Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures Crimson Firehawk. It's a big ship, and it was only down to $16.99 from like $50. And I remember around Christmas time, there was a fella that purchased one and did a nice custom of this. So it's a
The
nice
question
base.
is, will it 118?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, because it does.
Oh, wow.
So this is just right out of the box.
Sweet.
So I was lucky enough to get it in actually right before the show. So I kind of scrambled to get some figures in there. So let's.
Did you ever watch Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea? That kind of reminds me of the flying sub they had a little
It
bit.
does kind of look like that. So we've got a TVC Boba
Mandalorian,
Hicks.
right?
No, that's Bo-Katan,
Yeah.
right? And then Leonidas, and it's got a nice little shelf for his pup. You see the pup?
Excellent. Yeah.
You see the pup? Yeah. So they don't fit perfectly though. So you have to kind of stick them in there. The leg room is a little tight. So a 3 3/4 inch looks good in there, right? You can see Bo-Katan is a little smaller than your average TVC figure, right? I think she's a little shorter, so she fits very nicely. I did try it with a 4-inch
Yeah, the
Spin
4
Master
inch, you're not
figure.
going to have enough
Yeah,
leg
he
room, I
didn't
think.
fit. No, but there is room in there. So if you look, if I could turn that around and maybe get, there's a little wall there, and you could cut that out and add a little bit of room
Okay.
and have them
Yeah.
probably fitting in there very nicely. I love the cockpit. It works perfectly. These
It's
guns are probably, they're kind of stubs. They're big. This is, a kid's line. So there is a nice little feature on the wings where this folds up,
cool.
fold down. They look kind of cool. You've got the landing gear works very well.
I'm
You have
thinking silver
this,
paint job. You got like a Flash Gordon Zoomer doozy.
yeah, you got this little bird's nest in the top here. I threw a couple more Delta 17 figures in there. There's one seat,
Cool.
but I was able to fit two side by side. Oh, I even tried Rooster here. He is a 4-inch O-ring figure from Delta 17. He's a little bit, he's like a head taller than the rest of them, and he did not fit in the front cockpit. But you
Okay.
probably could do something with this. But then as
Yeah.
we turn it around, there is a cargo area in the back, which I really like.
What?
Yeah, so you fold that
Nice.
down. The thing is that this part, the bubble, comes down into it. So I kind of feel like, and what's inside? What the hell? What is that? What is in there? Something's in there. Freaking Loki. Look at him.
Oh, Loki. He's
Yeah.
everywhere.
He's
So
always,
mischievous.
yeah, he's always
You
getting
could-
into places.
But yeah, you could make some sort of a cardboard piece to go in there to cover that back, so you don't see the back end there. You could put a motorbike or a something in
I
there.
was
Yeah.
even thinking, first I was thinking like maybe because the bubble, unless you change that gun, maybe you could even probably just add on to the front of that gun and make it look a little more, cool. Give this a paint
Yeah.
job, make it look much more weathered and beat up. Maybe even drop the bottom out of this area, and
Oh,
then you could stand like a 3 3/4 inch figure. What if you just cut right here and here down to the height of the landing gear, so it would just lay flat on that?
it's
And
got potential. You
yeah,
could even you could lose the bubble and just make a cargo hauler, make a larger
mhm,
cargo area in the back.
that would,
Yeah.
if you flatten that out and then got rid of the inside where it dips down, that would probably work
Hmm.
great. Anyway, I know that there's some guys, especially I think in the World Maker Consortium, that have already done wonderful things with this. So if anyone was looking for a nice chunky ship here,
Cool.
it's a good deal. $16.99. I will say I saw it on Walmart shelves yesterday. It was like $17. So you could buy
All
this
right.
in
So
stores.
if you're looking, it is Young Jedi Adventures line Crimson Firehawk. That's what you want to look for this particular kit bash.
Hmm. Okay,
Cool.
so what I see a
Oh,
lot
Starboy
of,
says he sent a DM, so he may have some cool custom pictures for us.
oh, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the ship can be customized for 118. The ship is tempting. It does 118 indeed.
Yep.
Sadly, no dog cops. Let's see.
And if you have
Bo-Katan.
grandkids,
Yeah, I knew
nieces,
it
or
was
nephews, you
Bo-Katan. I
can
was messing around.
you can give them the silly figures that come with it.
Uh-huh. Oh, Trans Warp Fueling
Ah,
Depot does a 3D print cockpit for it. So that's really
nice.
cool. So he made that and you could buy that from him. Awesome. That is cool. Yeah, go ahead, send me that link. I'll put it in the description. So if you're watching this on the
Yep.
replay and you're interested.
And that's something we've learned from, like It's Chad or Gojitron. Some of these kid lines, you can find some of this stuff and repurpose it and make some great Kit Bash 118 goodies. So, yeah, keep your eyes out
Indeed.
for some deals.
Yeah. So that's great. Plug and play. Oh, so you just pop it right in there.
Oh, very cool.
And Lord of Thane just coming in with the other thing.
Jim.
Oh. Hey, Grindhead, what's happening, brother? So that's
right.
awesome. So
There are things out there. They do exist.
I like it. Now, Scotty, using a Dremel, you could use a Dremel. You could also score it multiple times with like a really sharp X-Acto knife. There's many ways to do it. I would just say whichever way you cut it, you be careful.
Yeah, just be
I know
careful.
This plastic it's a hardy plastic. It's a hard plastic. It's Fisher Price Adventure People type like feel to it, like where it's
Yeah.
like that thicker, kind of more sturdy plastic. So you will need some stuff, but yeah, definitely tons of customization options on that. Some people might like the blue, that front windshield that pops down. You could probably do some kind of armor on it, or
Will, it's been a while since we've done a custom contest. This might be good fodder for that if people can find it pretty easily.
if there's enough interest. So how about that?
Yeah.
If in the comments there's enough people interested in doing something like this, I would love to do that again. So let's take that down there. Yeah, the stowaway. Yeah, freaking Loki, man. He gets into everything. So yeah, you sent me a DM also. Okay, let me check that.
Cool. Yeah, X-Acto knives are not good for fingertips. That's true.
No, not at all. I have it up over here. So
cool.
there
So
it is.
what else in this Young Jedi line is
Ooh.
maybe a possibility? Are there any other vehicles, or was this kind of
As
the
a matter
one
of fact, I was surprised because when I went out to stores, all the discount stores have these on clearance right now. So I saw some other
Sweet.
ones. I've got some slides, but before that, let me just present this because,
Okay.
yeah, I got a sorry, the DM that I just got is great. Yeah, so a couple pictures of the custom that they did. Look at
Nice.
that.
Let me blow that up a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is Transwarp Fueling Depot. So yeah, he did add on to the guns in the front. That looks sweet, man.
I like the paint job too.
Yeah. Yeah, the paint job looks great. So we got another picture here. Yeah, really nice job there.
This is
Yeah.
a fun little transport shuttle kind of deal for your
Look at the
world building.
details. Yeah. So that's
Nice.
the whole command console there. He looks like he raised it up a little bit and it sits right on top. So you don't
Very
have
cool.
to do anything.
This is actually the one that Starboy Station put together. Cool.
Oh, awesome job, man. That's great.
I like
I
it.
love it. That looks fantastic, man. That is great. Look at that. Yeah, this is a no-brainer, man. Oh yeah. Plug and play, man. You just pop it right in.
So
Perfect.
cool.
That is
Yeah.
awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate that. That is cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Very
I'm with
cool.
Robert. I had never heard of this Young Jedi line, but yeah, it's got tons of potential. Let's see some of the other goodies. I'm curious.
Yeah. Let's take a look. So we've got boom. Okay, so this was just some pictures from the thing. So I saw this one, this guy named Nubs with his Jedi pilot. This is an open cockpit, smaller vehicle, but even from the box, because like the pictures I saw of this ship, I did not think it was this big. Like holding it in my hand, look how big that is. So they looked smaller, like on the outside packaging. I'll say it was kind of deceiving. So this thing might be of good size.
Now these
Anyone
figures how tall are the figures? Are they like 3-4 inch?
They're 4-inch figures, but they're,
Okay.
proportionately they got huge heads and,
Right.
kind of
But if
limited
they're
it.
in the 4-inch range, then that means your 118s are gonna fit pretty well, right?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's the nice thing that appeals about it is that if you could
Yep.
fit one of these big head fat guys in there, then you could probably fit a 4-inch figure in there no problem. So yeah, love it.
His head is freaking huge.
Yeah, head pants. No, so yeah, you got the. I don't know. Has anyone? This was pretty cheap. I gotta say. I think they had speeder bikes too with like pullback
Nice.
action.
Cool.
I haven't tried any, but these were all like $10 and under.
Oh,
Now they
there's
had this.
total potential there.
They have this Jedi temple that's over 20 inches tall. I think I saw someone did a repaint of this already, but I can't remember where or when, and it was a few months ago. But here's another ship. I don't know what it's called, but Kai Brightstar. But yeah, I think these are great bases. You could use this as like a soup starter, just to start building off of. And if you can
Yeah.
pick these up for under $10, I think it's definitely worth trying.
These look like they could be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the ship. That's where I went. Yeah, I saw them at Ross. I saw it at TJ Maxx. I saw it at Burlington. They all had these ships. All this Young Jedi stuff is going clearance right now. But I do think they
Nice.
118. It's just some things 118. Like this one doesn't have a closed cockpit, or canopy. So Would it be a space vehicle? Would it be, more of a land vehicle, or, a air vehicle, for travel? You could also create something over it. That's fine. But yeah,
Yeah.
I would say yes, indeed. It does 118. Yeah. All right, Robert. Catch you later, buddy. All right. So yeah. And then this one was a 3-pack of speeders. I thought this one was great. It was only $9.99, all three.
Hmm.
But what I couldn't tell from looking at the package is this 3 of those same ones? Because this box for this speeder was like the same size as the box for these 3 plus 3 figures. So I was like, what is going on here? I didn't want to buy them, and then they're like miniature versions. So I took a picture. I figured I'd ask if anyone has had any experience with these speeders. But then I got this. This is thanks to Rolando, and we were going to talk about price. This was at Target for $8.39, down from $27.99.
Cool.
But this is
That's a reasonable price.
same cycle of life that I have seen with all of the vintage collection deluxe,
Yeah.
whatever they call it, deluxe figures, coming in at $27. No one buys them. They sit there. There's always a peg full. And then the next time I go there, it's empty, and I see a sticker saying it went clearance for $8, and I never got one, because then I think people are just buying all of them because they're like so cheap, They buy.
Okay. Lord of Thane is saying those are the same speeders. If you get that 3-pack, you got 3 speeders to customize.
That's a really good deal then. Yeah, that's like like $3 or $4 a speeder. And I'd love to see. I'll check if you guys have posted anything like that. But
right, I'm with Jeff. 15 is reasonable. 27 was too much for a figure.
Absolutely, I think you price them reasonably, and people are going to buy them. You're going to sell out every time. And at a decent price, collectors will buy one to play with and one to have. So would you rather sell 0 at 2,000% markup, or would you rather sell 2 to a customer at a 50% or even 60% markup? They're making money on these either way. Now it's the retailers that get beat because they buy them from Hasbro. Sometimes Hasbro gives credits though, like if stock doesn't sell, they have something built in where maybe they'll get like a buyback or some credit or something. But most of the time, it's probably cheaper to just mark it down and let it stop depreciating on the shelf. But if we've noticed it, we're just nerds that like toys, and if we notice this cycle of events, wouldn't you think someone whose job it is, someone who gets paid, they do this for a living, would notice this cycle? Because
one would think.
I'm just some crunchy old guy on the internet, and I noticed it. Like I'm knowing, but they don't. I did also pick up the sand people with the little creature.
Oh, okay.
And the funny thing was, when I first saw them, that guy was $27.99, but right next to it on the peg for $14.99 was the same exact sand person with no dog. So I'm like, so we're paying double price for the dog now? Like, I don't get it.
That's weird. I'm with Grindhead. I miss the days when you could just go to the store and everything was on the shelf and you could see new stuff, find the things you need. It's become tedious to try to find stuff now with the distribution. I
almost got that feeling when I saw this, because this is that air stunt show. It's a Playmobil jet.
Nice.
I never knew they made this, but Playmobil stuff is roughly 1/18 scale. You can kind of fit.
You can make it work.
You can make it work, and some people do a phenomenal job of it. But let me tell you, this thing looks just cool as hell, even as is. If I could just customize it to fit a figure, I would love to have that thing.
I know not everybody's a Playmobil fan. The figures are kind of unique, but their vehicles, they've done a lot of. Yeah, they did the DeLorean from Back to the Future. They did the A-Team van. They did a James Bond, Austin Martin, and they're beautiful models. So
it's all about that dog. Yeah, sure. They would do much better with some furniture for a build or diorama gimmick. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay, they do that deluxe figure $27.99, but the packaging opens up and you've got like a cantina or just something. I don't know, just anything extra, a mini vehicle, a mini playset, something cool.
One of
That
the
you
things
can
about
figure
old
with.
school Kenner, for those of us who remember the 70s, was the fact that we got vehicles, we got spaceships. It wasn't just the figures, it was the fact that the figures would fit in the vehicle. You get
Yeah,
an X-Wing or a TIE
and
fighter.
so
They're not doing vehicles
original MSRP on this thing, which is
anymore.
heavy as hell. This is thick. This is chunky.
Yeah.
$49.99. Comparable in size to 4-inch Star Wars vehicles. I'm just saying, but they did the N1 Space Fighter at $120, and I know it has more details and stuff like that, but you know, arguably it's a big chunk of plastic, and they put them out in that $40 to $50 range. Figures are
Mm.
15. I think going up to 20 is a little steep, but okay, I get it. Inflation. They would rock out, man. I mean, stuff would
Yeah.
get sold constantly.
I
I don't
like
think.
this jet. Did you actually pick this up or did you just take a
Yeah,
picture in the
it's pretty
store?
neat. Yeah, it's pretty neat. It was $20,
It's a
and
cool design.
Playmobil is also very expensive. They are not cheap. So
Mm.
this was a clearance price, $20. But for a badass looking jet like that for $20, I'll take it.
And it's got all the cool stickers with
Yeah.
the grinning fuselage thing there. I like that. Have you
Oh,
tested it for 118 yet?
I haven't. I haven't opened it or anything. But Gojatron saying he has an idea for a Firehawk custom.
That'll be
Ooh,
cool.
intriguing. So once again, guys, if you're in for it, if you want to do a Firehawk custom contest, then put it in the comments below, not in the live
Yeah,
chat.
that'd be fun.
Yeah, if you weren't doing Star Wars, you'd do Playmobil. It's tempting,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
They are spendy, but they're neat.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, MCR's got to go. We'll catch you on the next
Oh,
show,
see
maybe.
you, buddy. Yeah, take care, man. And Rolando with 3.75 for the win. Yeah, and thank you for I saw his he does his toy shops, and I saw his toy shop where he found the Wookiee for clearance price. So I was like, oh, I better go check and see. And sure enough, I found it. So thank you, Rolando, for being the eyes and ears out in the field for all of us. And if you don't follow him, definitely follow Rolando Flores on Instagram and on YouTube.
That's true, G-Force. This does remind me of those Red Bull stunt planes.
It
It's
does. But it just looks cool by itself. Like, I mean, I guess you could repaint it, but I'm like, I
sure.
like that. I like that scheme. I'd rather repaint the figure to match that than and Lord of Thing. Contest. Yes, I love it. You're the man.
Very
So
cool.
yeah, that's cool. Then I saw these at Five Below, and I just, I was like, okay.
Are
these
they
exist.
5 POA?
Yeah, they're 5 POA
Yeah.
figures for $325. They yeah, they're just there.
Nothing special. Yeah.
Hulk looks like he needs more fiber in his diet. Thor, it looks like they missed on the paint job there.
Yeah.
And they don't do themselves any favor by having that cool graphic of Thor and then
Yeah.
that picture right there. But if you want some good custom fodder, $3, you'd probably be better off picking up some Final Faction figures at $1.25
True.
to beat that. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, they did a Playmobil Ghostbusters Firehouse. Oh, that'd be
really?
cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, and yeah, Dane, you're awesome. I wouldn't take part, but I would like to see what everyone comes up with. Yeah, I would love that too. And I just think that with them being under 20 and being so affordable, and there being so many, people that share this passion for 118 scale and
Yeah.
kind of making cool things.
We
We
had
could
fun with
definitely
doing, the mechs were fun to see what people came up with. I think something
Yeah.
like this might be good too. We'll see.
Yeah, I know. Rolando, you're better off just spending, the whatever, 7 more bucks and getting a epic hero figure or something like that. At least they come with accessories. Yeah. Oh, that Firehouse was about 6 years ago. Okay, cool. Well, what else do we got? Well, this is a blast from the past. Anyone here that's old and gray like me probably remembers these from Timee Toys back in the 80s. These were on the shelf right next to your G.I. Joe figures at Kmart. And they're like a blow molded kind of plastic, similar to the Gay Toys Inc. stuff, the Space Force, Laser Force shuttle, or
Hmm.
any of those cars that they made. And they didn't always last the longest either because they're kind of just blow molded and put together, but they were cool. They could
That
enhance your
price,
collection.
though, oof, that seems really
That's my
spendy.
problem. So about 5 years ago, I'm gonna say I remember these coming back. So someone bought, I think, either the molds, the trademark, whatever, and they were making them. I remember being even able to buy them over on Cotswold Collectibles and
No,
maybe some other retailers or directly from their site, but they were pretty expensive. They had this tank, they had a helicopter, a Jeep, like a standard military Jeep, a troop transport truck, and maybe some other stuff. But these would just come in a like cardboard box with an open face with like a plastic strip holding it in there. You cut it out, you play with it, it breaks, you throw it away. But these were priced competitively to just works with all 3 3/4 inch figures, and we'll see that on the next slide. You see, there's even a
mm,
silhouette of that looks like Duke, right? I think that's Duke. But you could see that you could fit a couple figures in it and you could play with it.
yeah,
Yeah, it's cool. But and look, you got the storage trunk, you got the the turret moves, you got the swiveling on the gun, some rolling wheels just implanted in there, non-working treads. That's fine, but you could put 2 or 3 characters in there and a bunch of your stuff and have a good time. Love these things when I was a kid. The nostalgia, is that why it's $52? Because
that's
what I discovered that these are now available on Amazon, which has a slight advantage because they are kind of big and chunky, and shipping tended to be kind of expensive on these too. I think when Timmy Toys was selling them direct on their site, or they might even still be doing that, um, they were kind of expensive to have shipped, even like
mm,
after you purchased it. I was like, really? That's kind of expensive. Um, the shipping was kind of cost prohibitive for me. So I didn't get them. I've been watching them. The fact that they showed up on Amazon is cool because I'm hoping they'll produce more, which will drive costs down, which maybe will make them a
maybe.
little more accessible. Because really, who's buying these? Yeah, they're not on the shelf next to G.I. Joe because G.I. Joe doesn't exist. There's no 3 3/4 inch toy line on the shelf, so they can't even get into retailers that way. So it really be like nostalgic people buying these because they had them. I don't think 25 is an unreasonable price for this truck. It
Mm,
has
for
it has,
for
it has
blow mold,
wheels.
I'd
Yeah, it
say
has wheels.
15 is
You
better,
got to put
but
the figure in through the roof or through the
right,
side there, but you can put 2 figures in there.
it's a
The
troop
back
transport.
covered part comes off, and they've got little molded seats.
Nice.
Tailgate works. Um, it's
It's got,
just
but
too
yeah,
much. I mean,
yeah.
25 is steep. I think that's the top, but that would be 25 free shipping with Prime. Because if you bought it for 15, they'd probably charge you $10 to ship it anyway. So 25, I think, is probably the cheapest you're going to find it, but you might be able to get it cheaper. But I would love to walk into, yes, we're going to take a look at that one, Goji, because it is cool, but yeah, just too expensive.
Can you show
Um,
that picture again for Jeff? How many figures can you fit in the back of that thing? It's got molded spots for
so
how
it
many
looks like you got
tushies?
4 on each
8?
side. So you got, yeah,
Okay.
8 figures and then 2 in the front. So you can fit 10 figures in there. Not
Yeah.
bad, not bad at all. And they do roll around, but it's like I said, 25 I think is fair. The tank, I don't see why that has to be twice as much as the truck.
Yeah, that's
Whereas
too expensive.
arguably the truck kind of has more purpose. You could have a
Yeah.
couple of them in the background. They're kind of just always hanging around. If you wanted to play American Ninja, the opening scene takes place in a truck very similar to this, where the ninja are trying to hijack it, and he uses the tire changing kit like ninja weapons. You remember that? He throws like
Oh yeah.
throws the tire iron and kills a
Oh,
guy with a screwdriver.
I forgot about WrestleMania.
Oh,
Bjorn, enjoy.
WrestleMania.
Have a good time.
All right, buddy. So yeah, we're winding down. We're almost done anyway. Then yeah, Timmy Toys, they did the Star Attack Battle Station.
These are
Now,
neat, and they made it to where if you buy multiples, you can connect them together. But the
yeah.
price point is just too much for
Well, yeah, it's 38 inches across. So this thing's like 3 feet wide, a little more than 3 feet wide, 13 inches
Yeah,
tall. And yeah, if you put four of them in a circle, you could have yourself a really kick-ass base.
yep.
Uh, but $130 each. This is all one piece. There are a few accessories and I'll show you in this other slide here. And they give you a sheet of stickers, plenty of little weapons and everything, little stations on it. It's very well thought out to
Mhm.
maximize but you got the trap door. This is the same kind of plastic that they use to make like those solid like patio chairs. And you could buy one of
Okay.
them for, that's twice as much plastic. You could buy one of those like stacking patio chairs. This is like the same kind of plastic and process. And you could buy one of them for $20 or even less, probably.
Yeah, if this was like 35 to 40, that would be perfect, I think,
Yeah.
for as what you get and the size of it.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah, you got a little computer thing there. You got a laser wall. You've
mhm.
got a jail, a trap door. The seat swivels. You got all those guns. You got the front door opens up, and I believe you can drive like a good sized GI Joe vehicle through that door. So it's a neat idea. I really love it. But once again, this is kind of like that same mentality with the Star Wars figures at $27.99. If you put
Sweet.
this thing out and it was half the price or less, you could sell twice as many. So,
That's true.
how much of that 130 is really in the production of this item? And how much of that $130 price point is asking someone who is a middle-aged man to just pay for the nostalgia? I don't know.
Yeah. Rolando found something interesting with Adventure Force. They have a Hummer for 20 to 25. That's pretty cool. Four-wheelers, motorcycles, speedboat, all works
Yes,
for
you'll find them
3.75.
in the Adventure Force stuff. Yeah, and the like it's in like the Matchbox aisle. Yeah, those are great, man. You pick those up and you can't beat them. As a matter of fact, I have one up here. Where is it? Where's my? But
G-Force, he's got to get all the fixes together. You got to get your tailgate party stuff started before you get to WrestleMania, right?
there's one, but I will never customize this
Let me blow that
because
up. There it is. I like it.
yeah, the doors open. It's a good size 1/18 scale Jeep, but you know why I will never customize this? Because my granddaughter bought this for me because
Oh,
she saw it at the store and said she recognized that it's 1/18 scale and bought it for me. So I'm just going to
you've
keep it like
trained
that.
her well. You have a
Yeah.
Padawan.
Well, she is like the first human who has ever, like, without me prompting, bought me something that was right up my alley, like a gift, and she gave it to me. And she saw it and she was like, I have to get this for him. He would love this. And of course I did. Yeah. So, yeah, that was nice.
That is true. Yeah, I really wish we saw more Leonard and Chet May stuff these
They
days.
certainly do. And speaking of Gojitron, this next slide is thanks to Gojitron because yesterday he sent me this link on Amazon.
Nice.
Dude, this is a lot of stuff. This is a
Is
really
that
good
one
deal.
set?
It's one set, and you get what is it? 3, 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
What is it? 8? Is that 8 vehicles? I can't count. 3, 6, 8.
Yeah,
8 vehicles
8.
for and all of these figures for $29. A lot
Wow.
of these molds we've seen before in some of that Chatmay stuff, like the little boats and that kayak. I think I've seen that model before. Certainly, I've seen that
That's
ATV before. That
it's a lot of
plane is
potential.
kind of absurd, but it's
Yeah.
cool in its own way. The little helicopter, I've seen that in the Chatmay. This may be like a Chatmay knockoff version or something like that. Yeah, I do have a link to that. I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, the quad runners are they a little oversized or maybe it's
Yeah, a
just
little bit. Yeah, they're not perfect. They're let me see.
but it's workable.
How do I copy link?
The kayak's cool. I like the little boat.
Let me see if
Yeah.
I can post that. Can I post that directly through StreamYard, or do I have to go into?
I think so. If you just present it through,
If I post it right here, do you think it'll go
Mhm.
through? Tell me if that
Should.
works, guys. That was from Goji sent me that, but yeah, that's great. Yeah, that the helicopter. I like that vehicle. I like both the four-wheeled vehicles. That Jeep or Hummer kind of looking thing. And the other one there, the Dune buggy. I think those are both great models. But
Mhm.
if you want some custom starters, or you want some, and then you can see the dimensions on these. That's a whole lot of stuff for very little. You're
Yeah.
looking at, that's quite a good deal. Yeah, you could do a lot with these. I don't think this is accurate though. So they've got the figures here, right? And they have this thing that says 3.7 inch, 3.7 inch, 3.7 inch, 3.7, 3.5, 3. Maybe it is. I don't know. And then here's another layout too. You get a ton of accessories. Now, I will say a lot of times with these accessories, like the backpacks and the guns,
Yeah.
they'll be like way out of scale, or like just
They're
wacky.
kind of
So
goofy.
yeah, you
Oh,
kind of like, it's a crapshoot.
Jeff
Yes, you
says you
can
can get this
also
in
get it.
green.
Yep, you could get it
Cool.
OD green or tan. That's right. That's right,
Very
Jeff.
cool.
Thank you for that. Um, I do like this in the directions though. So it says step 1, character accessories. It doesn't really make much sense. And I understand that like English is a second language for these people, so they translate things, but I do find humor in it. And it's not
Hmm.
to, put anyone down. It's just that it is funny. Um, Step 1, character accessories. But it does look like those are nice ball joints. So if you want to take that torso and use it as a base for some custom creature, you could do that. Step 2, DIY assemble. It's like
Hmm.
DIY assemble is not an instruction. It's just, I don't know. Step 3, complete assembly. Right? Is that what
Hey,
it said?
it's better instructions than you get from IKEA. So
And then step 4, load the character model. And it looks like he's putting a missile launcher or something in there. That's the character model, I guess. I don't know. I just love these on Amazon or like Wish. The item descriptions. I could do a whole show on just reading ridiculous. Like I remember, I think on Wish.com one time I saw it was like a pen knife, like a pen, and you pull it out and it's a knife, and it was like listed as like anti-wolf knife. And I just thought that was hilarious because I'm like, how is this an anti-wolf knife?
it's more like an anti-Chihuahua knife.
Yeah, it was just really funny. And then I love these as well. I think I did a whole stream one time talking about some of these goofy pictures where they take these stock photo people. These kids are absolutely just blown away by these toys, and your kids will be too.
Oh yeah.
I think I saw one. It was the one with the goofy turtles. They were like knockoff turtles, and it said like, the wording wasn't correct, but it basically said like your family will love you again. It says like brings families together or something, And I was like, oh yeah, your kids, all those problems, dad's gambling
Makes feelings
problem.
of happy, happy, joy, joy.
Yeah, which is great. And then I think this is the green. Is this the green? No. But yeah, they threw a lot of comets and meteors and just stuff flying out of there. They really put together a nice action scene here. But yeah, I think that's everything I got for today. We've got about 10 more minutes until we hit 118. Your family will
Your
love you
family
again.
will love you again.
Yeah, I gotta find it one of these days. It's in one of the past streams because I definitely remember talking about it. But yeah, it was very funny. The kids aren't even in that room. Yeah, the stock photos
Oh,
are the best.
do they make that penknife in silver? Because Goji needs an anti-werewolf
Yeah,
device.
I should give it a shot, but I think I have it saved somewhere. But it did say anti-wolf pen, and I think there was like a Photoshop of like a wolf in the background, and then like a woman holding the pen, like with a mean look on her face, and it was just so funny because I'm like, how is this an
Hey,
anti-wolf
if
pen?
Liam Neeson can take on a pack of wolves with some broken bottles, I think there's a potential there.
Yeah. But the way they word things just cracks me up sometimes. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, not much going on. We had some fun today. If anyone has any questions about the Ecto One, if you wanted to see something else on that, or the fire chicken, the firehawk, which I think is a cool thing. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
I might glue something on the front, like armor, like maybe here, and like leave just the front windshield. I don't know. Or maybe it
You
looks
need
good
some
without the
fuzzy
glass.
dice to hang down inside
A
too.
couple fuzzy dice. I think some extend these cannons and make them look bigger. That would look cool. But yeah, it's got a lot of potential, and I really like it. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that whoever I originally saw it from, maybe it was one of you guys that in the chat there, that I saw the original custom of. Thank you for that. But when I saw it down to $16.99, you can't beat that. And hopefully that price is still going. And thanks to Goji for sharing that nice clearance set there, because
We got a
that
few
is
minutes. I'm going to put you on the hot seat there, Wilhelm. That robotics box has been sitting there behind you, teasing us every time I've seen you on lately. Are you ever going to open that thing up and show us the set?
yes, I can. I think on the next show I will commit to clearing off a space right here so I could get the toy cam up, because I think I need a top down view from the toy cam, and we could put it together. I really want to get that thing set up and take a look at it, because it is supposed to
Yeah.
be 100% complete, which I haven't checked. So it could be fun to also discover Will got screwed on an eBay purchase. But
And remember to get some fresh batteries for the power
yes,
unit.
yeah, you get a little claw. It goes. So World Made of Cardboard. The reason why Timmy toy playsets and tanks are so expensive is because they are reissues by Victory Buy. They bought the molds for the toys and only make small quantities.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So I guess we're paying for
Low production
it's a
run.
boutique item at this point. So
Bummer.
I would say the fact that they're on Amazon now, and I don't know if they've always been on Amazon, but they just showed up for me on Amazon, may be an indication that they're going to lower the prices at some point. I don't know. Yes, I would like them lower cost. I have two 33 gun tubs filled with Army. So yeah, I love Simple Toys. Sure. Jack Hawk 5000. Hey, not bad. I'm going to call it the anti-wolf ship. And I'll glue two pens to the front with knives on them. It'll be an anti-wolf ship. It'll be perfect. Yeah, they were on eBay for a long time. Yeah, true. Contest? Yes. Yeah, comment below. Let's just say if we get 10 comments saying, 10 comments saying they want to see a contest, we'll do it. We'll figure it out. We'll get it going and set up the rules and all that stuff. But I like the not so many rules in the contest. I like the just kind of
DM Will or I, let us know if you actually get a hold of the vehicle and you're willing to do a custom, and we'll figure it out. That'll
be the thing too. I want it to be fair to everyone, so I don't want people. But I will just tell you, I just saw it at Walmart. I saw several of them over on all those discount stores. So if you got to a Ross, DD's, bikini contest, bikini, bikini. There was a show. I gotta find it. This is another just bikini thing. It's so funny because that song stuck in. It was on at like 2 a.m. It was like an infomercial. Some guy paid for it, and it was called like Bikini USA contest. And you were supposed to call in to a 1-900 number. This is like back in the 90s, right? And basically, they had models come out wearing bikinis, and it was like, if you want to vote for Heather, call. And then there was like this like white guy rapper, and in between like commercial sets, he came on and he was like, he played like a music video, and there was a dude in the background, and he was going, bikini, 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 bikini. It was hilarious. I wish I could find it somewhere. To this day, my brother and I still do it to each other because we make fun of it so much. It was so funny.
If you bedazzle a ship, I definitely want to see that. That would be interesting.
I have all the parts. Going to be my next project anyway. So good. Yeah,
Cool.
contest. Let's do it. Let's see. Just as long as I'm not the one wearing the bikinis. Yes, that's fine. Beach blanket bingo. You can bedazzle them. I would like to cover my entire ship in denim and then bedazzle that denim and have the first all jeans spaceship out there. That'd be great. That would be great. Guys, go ahead and put that contest comment in the regular comment thing below. So when we're off. So we got 2 minutes. We're gonna end it at 118. So anyone else have any questions? Yeah, those 900 number scams back in the day were something else. The Miss Cleo, the psychic hotline. Do you remember that? Call me, Miss Cleo. I'll tell you your future. Yeah, that stuff is just. I'm glad it doesn't exist anymore. Unfortunately, these people. You could add additional parts out of cardboard for sure. Yeah, you could even reconstruct the entire thing out of cardboard. And have it battle the world made a cardboard cruiser. And I gotta tell you, size wise, they're kind of on scale with each other.
There you go. Yeah. Work with your fleet.
Yeah, that would be great. All right, guys. Well, let's we got 54 seconds to go. Okay, let's see. Great info, guys. Well, thank you so much. I don't know if we'll be on next week, but I'll say every other week at least for now, hopefully. I'll try to stick to that because I really do miss hanging out with you guys. It's always a blast. Thank you, Jim, for hanging out. Thank you, everyone in chat. And with that,
we've got enough time to throw in a Hella Dope commercial just for giggles. You want to do that?
Yeah, run that.
Right. Here we go.
Bye, guys.